So as we close out the month of February, we are once again at a fiscal deadline for the spending habits of the federal government. The automatic spending cuts, sequestration, set to kick in officially tomorrow. Both sides in Washington are pointing the finger and claiming dire consequences. Joe Krier, president of Krier Wealth Management, says may not be as bad as you think and could be a good thing for the country. Joe, good to have you here.
Hey, Bruce.
First of all, the big question is, why can't these kids play in the political sandbox in a much better, more cooperative manner?
That is a very good question, and people forget that Congress did pass these cuts as legislation, and the president did sign it. You know, we should be seeing pictures of that going through while they're sitting here pointing fingers. So they did agree on this at one time, but the problem was they said, well, we'll take our time and figure out where the cuts are going, and just in case we can't agree along the way, we're just going to take the hatchet and go ahead and do a little bit of cutting here.
Now look, when we go ahead and we make a budget, we realize you can't spend more than you take in. Basically, Uncle Sam is spending $3 for every $2 it's taking in. And at the heart of this battle is whether or not taxes need to be raised. Do we have to go ahead and raise taxes and generate more revenue?
I hate to say it, but I believe that we need to both raise taxes and cut spending. And the big argument here is that if you cut spending right now while the economy is just trying to get rolling again, you're going to kind of pop that little bubble and the economy goes back into a recession. The bigger picture is that the budget is way out of balance, as you indicated, and we're up over $16 trillion in accumulated debt. Sooner or later, the global economy loses faith in the U.S. to be able to solve its own problems.
So you look at the headlines and you hear about the fact that 3 ships that are scheduled for Mayport over the next year may not come. Civilians working in the military may have to be furloughed. Jet maintenance at NAS Jacks may be postponed. A whole variety of impacts. Medical care could be impacted. But you say there's a silver lining here. Where's the good?
Yeah, well, I mean, the good is that you can't let government grow unchecked indefinitely. And, you know, when the economy is limping along, giving out more government jobs and grants and things can really help. But, you know, at some point you got to cut. And what gets cut isn't the front line necessity stuff. It's research programs and things in the back. So some of this stuff is scare tactics to try to bring people to the table. It's not working. They just need to go in the back room and solve this thing.
And how about those who are tasked with turning the economy around? What are their biggest challenges and how can they work together?
Yeah, they do have big tasks here, and Ben Bernanke's been testifying before Congress the last 2 days, and according to him, everything is okay. Interest rates are low, spending is under control, and the market celebrated that yesterday. I think that's a little bit of fantasy, perhaps, but we'll take it. Ben Bernanke feels that he can time this exactly right and raise interest rates at exactly the right time, withdraw money from the economy at the right time, and everybody lives happily ever after. I sure hope it plays out that way, but I think there's going to be some bumps in the road here.
Is this like exercise, short-term pain for long-term gain?
I think so. And I mean, you know, sooner or later, the big picture is that the U.S. dollar is still the global currency of choice. The Saudis will take it for oil, the Chinese will take it for electronics, but if they lose faith in the U.S.'s ability to solve its problems, then we start to lose some status in the world, and that is a game changer here.
All right, we'll see what happens. A lot of people believe that, you know, they'll let the deadline go and then a couple of weeks come back and say, okay, we worked it out. So we'll have to wait and see. Joe, always good to talk to you.
Good to see you.